Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kenda-Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse. Her bomb drop was November of 2014 and her date of marriage is 1988. She has a high-energy replayer who is a clinging boomerang. She says, well, this is a very hard one for me as well, and you will see why. Because she's very upset right now, and it's very understandable. So she says this is more of a truth statement for other standers to help them, as I'm totally devastated. From the beginning, I was told there's more of a chance that clinging boomerangs return home. I'm going to stop and address that one now. There is more of a chance that clinging boomerangs return home than there is a chance that a vanisher returns home. But there's not more of a chance that a clinging boomerang will return home than they will go to divorce. The probability for all of us is still low that we will make it to reconciliation. Clinging boomerang or vanisher. It's just vanishers have much lower probability than clinging boomerangs, but it's still below 50% and it's way below. It's not like a 49-51 split where, oh, you almost have a chance. You almost have a better chance. No. The odds are against all of us. And I try very hard to make that clear because I don't want to lead any of you on, even when I really want people to reconcile. And maybe that's one of my weaknesses, is so much want people to stand for their marriage, for their own healing, but also because I want the marriages to be saved. I do. So let me go on. Kenda-Ruth, I wish that you had never told me that about clinging boomerangs having a greater chance of returning home. Because now, my marriage is totally over. My husband filed for divorce, and he's 100% chosen the alienator. And this has been a while ago, so this is a situation which I have been up to date on him filing for divorce. But for many years, because this was 2014, he didn't do that. So now I hear you say almost all marriages never come home. I would have been spared so much pain, so much heartache to know they never come home. So it's not that they never come home, but it is that the probability, and I'm sorry that if you felt that it was misleading, but they've always been against the odds. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is about this situation. Those things I say are generalizations. So if you tell me your spouse is in midlife crisis and they're a clinging boomerang or a vanisher, whatever, and all I know is your spouse is in midlife crisis. Maybe I've read a little bit about it, but we haven't talked in depth. I don't know the specific details within your situation. I'll give you those generalizations. Now, if I know the specific details and I get a little bit more information, maybe I can say, well, in your situation, I see even more hope. Still can't give you a statistic. I still can tell you it's an uphill battle, but I see. And this is one of those. This is one of those. And so I'm really sorry if you felt that that meant we were definitely going there, because I had a lot more hope in this situation. And my feeling is I don't ever, and this is because, like I said, my weakness, I don't ever say a situation is over, okay? Unless the spouse decides it's not, the left behind spouse. But I don't ever say it's over. I can't bring myself to do that. But in this case, the MLCer said something to the effect of, if I'd wanted to file for divorce, I'd have already done it. And this was said to this standing spouse, I believe as a reassurance, although it might have been spouted out in an anger kind of way, but it was still kind of a reassurance. And so I used that as a reminder to her, you're worried about this, but remember what he said. Remember what he said, if I wanted to file for divorce, I'd have done it. And now he has done it. But for years. And that was one of the things we both clung to, as there's even a little bit more hope in this situation. But I want everybody to understand there's no guarantee. No guarantee in any situation. We all have an uphill battle. And for this situation, here's what I want. And now I'm talking directly to you. To you, the standing spouse. You know who you are. I know who you are. I want you to continue to work on that no contact. don't, sure, we've done it because we want him to have consequences. We've talked about this is a consequence for your actions of leaving us. The kids have given up also, and like, we don't want any part of this. So he's lost a lot. But I don't want that motivation to be as a consequence to him or as a punishment to him. I want the motivation to be as, I need to heal and I need to move forward. Because one of my concerns is that standing has become part of your identity. And you're identifying with yourself in this situation as the stander. And I don't want that to be your identity. I want your identity to be who you are and who you're becoming. And I want you to focus on healing for the purpose of having a wonderful life. Focus on detachment without thinking about detachment. Remember, we don't detach because we're thinking, I need to go detach. We focus on detachment, or we detach by doing other things with our lives, by our mindfulness practice, by living and thriving and getting out into life, rather than withdrawing and avoiding life. So I want to think about all of the things you can do for your own joy and self-development, and I want you to think about how you can do those and not have contact. Just like, you know what? Because I have my own life. You tell him, I have my own life. Supposing you have a contact and you're talking to him. I have my own life and I need to live my own life. You have your life. You chose to leave this one. And then he's going to look sad and I want to be a part of it. And then you say, well, there's always weddings and funerals. And I don't mean that to be rude, but you left. And I can't keep doing this because I don't think you can right now. I can't keep doing this where we continue to have contact because it is preventing me from healing fully. And so for my own well-being, I need to do this. And I'm so sorry. It's a really hard one. I don't know if this has been helpful. For everyone else listening, I hope it can be helpful to continue to understand that there are no guarantees. There really aren't. You go out and you work on yourself. You heal. You thrive. Because whether you choose reconciliation or you choose divorce or you end up going to divorce, the path to both of those places for success is the same. Heal, detach, thrive. Heal, detach, thrive. Be your best self. You don't want to give up on being your best self so you can get your spouse back, right? That's living less of a life for you. The path to success is the same. You focus on you. You put yourself as a priority. And you'll get to where you're supposed to be going. It might not be reconciliation, but you get to the same place. You do as divorce. You do if you reconcile. You get to thriving. That's going to get you to your success. I hope that part is helpful to you. I'll see everybody in the next question.